Hello! Welcome to the Wareham Land Trust Volunteer Property Stewards Training video, Completing the Monitoring Report, Part 1. You can use these videos as a supplement to the training materials provided by the Stewardship Coordinator and as a review after the annual in-person training. In this video, we will review how to complete the annual monitoring report, from accessing the report template to preparing for your monitoring to completing your site visit. To begin, access the Wareham Land Trust Cloud by visiting os5.mycloud.com. That's os5.mycloud.com. And sign in to the Steward Monitoring account using the login you received from the Stewardship Coordinator. Once logged in, you will see the Steward's view of the Wareham Land Trust Cloud. There are 3 folders: Public, Monitoring, and Property Docs. The Public folder is where you can upload completed monitoring forms. The Monitoring folder houses all the training materials for your review, as well as your individual property's monitoring form that you will need to download and fill out. Lastly, the Property Docs folder holds folders for property-specific documents, such as the baseline report, surveys, CRs, and past monitoring forms. Physical copies can be accessed at the Wareham Land Trust office by request. Let's take a closer look at the property documents. You'll want to familiarize yourself with several of these documents before your field visit to help you in your monitoring. The baseline report, survey plan or maps, past monitoring reports, and the conservation restriction will all help you in your monitoring. The baseline report will tell you the condition of the property at the time it was protected and is helpful for noticing changes to the property during your monitoring visit. Maps give you a feel for what is located on the property and what features are present. It is a good idea to look at a map to see what kind of attire is appropriate for your monitoring visit. For example, if the property you are assigned contains wetlands, it's a good idea to wear waterproof shoes or rubber boots. If your property includes a survey or site plan, be sure to take a look. Survey plans indicate whether the property boundaries are marked in the field, and if so, how. For example, by concrete bounds, marked CB on the plan, or a drill hole in a rock, marked DH on the plan. Common abbreviations found on survey plans are listed here. The survey plan may also indicate other key features, such as stone walls. Locating and taking photos of these boundary markers prevents them from being lost over time and confirms there are no abutter issues along the boundaries. There should also be past monitoring reports for your property if it is not a new acquisition. These may be helpful to look at to see how monitors have filled out this report previously and past issues to be aware of. If there is an ongoing issue, continue to document it during your monitoring. Past reports will also contain a photo point map. These will show the past routes and photo points monitors have taken during the previous visits. Keeping consistent photo points through the years will show how a property develops over time and creates a valuable photo record. Here is an example of a well-made photo point map of the past 2 monitoring visits at Stony Run 600 Main Street, showing consistent photo points and the route the monitor has taken to monitor the property. The conservation restriction is a long document. You are welcome to read it all, but the most important pieces for monitoring purposes are the conservation values, located under Section 1, the prohibited activities, and permitted activities, often documented as reserved rights, both located under Section 2. Look for these headings when reading. If you notice any activities in the field that are specifically listed under the prohibited activities, be sure to document them in your report. Now that you've explored the property documents, it's time to get out to the property and fill out your report. But there are a few things to keep in mind. When visiting the property for your annual monitoring, you want to be sure you are walking the boundary of the property, as well as any trails. With the use of the Wareham Land Trust monitoring app, you will be able to clearly see your location compared to the boundary of the property, give or take a few feet for accuracy. This is where your knowledge of the property documents will assist you. By locating a boundary marker, you will know that you are on the boundaries, even if your GPS is off a few feet. To get set up with the monitoring app, you can follow the instructions provided by the Stewardship Coordinator and reviewed at the in-person training. As you're walking the property, check for any damage, abutter, or encroachment issues and note them down. Take photos of these issues as well as key spots such as boundary markers or trailheads. And of course, remember to be safe and have fun. Wear blaze orange during hunting season and bring a buddy if you are not comfortable being out alone. Contact the stewardship coordinator with any questions you have. Thank you for being a volunteer property steward for the Wareham Land Trust.